Prevent fraud and embezzlement in a nutshell. If we asked you whether you think committing acts of fraud is wrong, we're confident that you would all say yes. And yet, companies all over the globe have lost several trillion euros every year to fraud. This includes not only fraud but also embezzlement, which is basically fraud committed by a person in a specific position of trust. Both are crimes that are prosecuted by the police and the public prosecution and have serious consequences for the perpetrators. Still, many people are susceptible to commit fraud and to convince themselves that they have done nothing wrong. Fraud is any kind of intentional deception for personal gain or to damage someone. There is no minimum threshold. Fraud starts with the littlest things. Real-life examples include creating invoices with fictitious customer names, taking home product samples to sell them on eBay, manipulating the inventory to cover up missing products, faking customer data to achieve sales targets. Some of the most common types of fraud do not even register as such to the people committing fraud, for example when charging expenses even though they were invited, using company equipment privately. Of course, fraud can also come from outside the company, suppliers inflating invoices or offering benefits for overlooking damaged goods, customers offering cash to disregard credit lines or claiming non-existent product defects, service providers billing fictitious working hours, third parties misleading about their identity and sending fake letters to change suppliers' bank details. It is tempting to think of fraud as a victimless crime because companies are not people. But fraud harms real people in virtually every case because it leads to decreased salaries, loss of bonuses, possible layoffs, increased scrutiny, and decreased trust throughout the organization. So, we are all affected by fraud. This is why we promote a company-wide culture of integrity and responsibility. In such a culture, there should be no fraudulent behavior at all, but it will certainly not remain undiscovered. Speak up. If you become aware of fraud, contact your manager, your compliance officer, or make use of the anonymous compliance incident reporting system.